G'day guys, welcome back to another video. A little bit of a different one today. I've been out spearing in the river, got a few fish that I'm going to be cooking up later on, but that's not really the main part of the video. I will show you that at the end. And I had a bit of a go with the pole spear. First time ever using a pole spear, and wait till you see that. That was pretty funny. But this one's all about the boat. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about what boat I'm actually using, the capabilities of the boat, the motor. Yeah, just a range of questions from the very first video I put up. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a tour. So we'll start with the size of the boat. It's a 4.2 meter Stesco catcher, tiller steer with a 30 horsepower Mercury 2-stroke on the back. The setup is super simple. Like, I haven't really done anything besides put a sounder in. I'm running 20 litres in those two tanks plus 10 litres here. So if I'm ever going out on a mission, camping, or just a solid day out on the water, I always have around 50 litres of fuel with me. Actually, that's probably a bit of an exaggeration. I probably have like 30-40 litres, but if I'm going camping on an overnighter, I'll take minimum 50. What else do I have up here? I've got the battery that's just running the sounder at the moment. All right, I'll jump in the boat now and I'll show you a little bit inside the boat and show you a few things that I like about it. Just that long seat here with the sounder mounted on the side here. I used to have the sounder up here, but it copped a lot of spray, so I mounted it here. It's much more protection down here. Little side compartment here, super handy, and I've just got a switchboard on the side of that. A couple filleting knives, leader, just a few bits and pieces. I've got my EPIRB mounted to that as well. On the other side, we've got the same setup. Little side compartment. I've just got a few tackle boxes in there. I've also attached some rod holders to that as well. Normally I just run my spear guns, just lay them up against the back seat here. That's generally what I do. That's the pole spear that you'll see in a moment. That was a bit of a laugh. And then yeah, this deck space is awesome. I'm a big fan of the open tinny, not having like a side console or a center console cramping it up. So there's heaps of space here. I'm 6'1" and I can lay diagonal across the floor here and actually sleep here. So if you've watched some of my past videos, you would have seen that I've actually slept on this boat. And yeah, there's not a lot of room, but 6'1", I can fit diagonal along the bottom of the floor here, which is pretty awesome. Normally I just tuck fins up underneath the back seat here. I've got my dive flag under there, that always stays there. Always run an esky, and that just lives here. All my dive gear in there. Like I said, this is just a little mission on the water this morning. Just went for a bit of a spear. So normally I'd have a lot of camping gear on here as well. I might run you through my camping setup in another one, but up the front here, got this little compartment that's got all my safety equipment, life jackets, spare tackle, bilge pumps, spare anchor. Up the front's my anchor. Nice big wide gunnels, which is awesome. I've got this tiller arm extended. I just put a bit of pipe on there and put these cables, whatever you want to call these, on. Just really tightened them up, and this is epic for driving the boat and standing up. Probably one of my favorite features of the boat, actually. And yeah, we'll jump out of the boat. I'll give you a bit of a rundown on the hull. I'm a big fan of this hull. I've only ever had two boats. My first boat was a 4 meter Stacer Proline, which is a shallower hull, a little bit of a smaller boat, not as wide and not as good offshore, whereas this hull here is awesome for offshore. Quite a deep V-nosed hull. I've had this boat offshore many times. I've done all the bars on the Gold Coast, the South Passage bar many times, and I've had it up off the islands off Rockhampton and Yeppoon area. and at one stage we had this boat 40 kilometers offshore, so it's pretty capable. If you want to go out off the islands, anywhere in the bay, this will do the job as long as you have the conditions for it and you've got a bit of experience, I guess. But yeah, that's the setup. I feel like the main upside to it is just having so much space here in the middle, which is what most tinnies have, I guess, with the tiller arm. Oh, the motor. We'll go over the motor a little bit. So the motor is a 30 horsepower, 2-stroke Mercury. For this size boat, solo, going out on a solo mission, it's more than enough power. But if I have a mate in the boat with me and a boat fully loaded, it can get a little bit underpowered, especially going offshore and coming back through the bar. We had one close call, me and my mate Aiden. We were coming back through South Passage Bar, which is renowned for being a pretty hairy bar, and yeah, we're coming back through it and we didn't have enough power to actually stay on the back of the waves, and wave came over the back of the boat, turned it sideways, and if we'd had a little bit more horsepower we would have been fine. So that was the only scary time I've had in this boat so far, although I did change the prop after that trip and it seems to perform a little bit better. So it does get the job done. I'll easily take this offshore many more times, but maybe in the near future I'll upgrade to a 40 horsepower. But yeah, good engines, man, good engines. My last engine was a Yamaha, and yeah, both Mercury and Yamaha seem to be pretty reliable, man. So that's all I have for you guys. Stesco Catcher, the adventure boat. Super simple setup, but it does exactly what I need it for. I'm gonna run the footage on from when I jumped in with the pole spear, and then yeah, what happens from there, I'll just run it on. It'll probably be just a quick few clips put together, and then I might show you what I cook up later, but it'll be a quick one, guys. This was all about the boat. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section and I'll answer them as I always do. And yeah, I'll catch you in a mission very soon, guys. Enjoy the footage. Alright, here it is. Little $50 pole spear. We're gonna join this together. Just screws together. Take the end off the pranger head. See what we can do, eh? Got off! Alright, so I've been throwing this pole spear around for like an hour now, and I've clipped a couple of mullet, but that's about it. So I'm gonna jump in with the gun and just see if I can get a few mullet so I have some food. We've got no fish at home and I'd love some smoked mullet for dinner, so let's do it. The water's getting a bit dirty, but yeah, man, that was fun. That was good fun. Just hunting the fish with a pole spear. It's quite hard actually. There's not much power because it's such a light pole. I feel like I might need a heavier pole, or I just need to get better. But yeah, good fun though. Jump in with a gun and see if I can get a few mullet, eh? First I just give it a wash without the soap. Alright, now I'll activate the soap wash. Check out how good this is. Now we'll just rinse that off, and that's good to go for next time. So what I do is I run the engine just with the fresh water first for a few minutes, then I put the detergent through the engine. Alright guys, so I didn't get a chance to really cook up that fish last night. It was getting pretty late and I was pretty tired, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try something completely new. I'm gonna remove the head and I'm gonna butterfly the fish. So you basically fillet it like a normal fish, but you don't go all the way through, so you can kind of like flip both sides of the fillet out, and it's called butterflying the fish. I've never done it before, and that way you keep the scales and the skin on, and it offers a bit of protection as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. Someone in my last smoking video, the first time I ever smoked fish, said to leave the scales and skin on because it also releases like a bit of oils in the skin, makes the flavor a bit better. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll set the camera up. You can watch me do it. I'm not going to give you any instructions because I'm probably going to be looking at YouTube and getting a few tips as I go, but yeah, let's see how it turns out. People say mullet are just bait. Have a look at this. Check out that white flesh. That's so nice. Oh, not bad, not bad. Ow. How good is that? Butterflied mullet, first go at it, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that's been in there for about an hour, just in a salt water brine. Just gonna dry that off a little bit with some paper towel. Doesn't have to be perfectly dry, I don't think. A lot of this stuff I've been learning off YouTube, guys, so this is not me here, this is just me learning as I go. I've just taken the brown sugar out of the pantry and we've got an ant invasion. What do you reckon? Do we use the brown sugar?
Just go deep.
Are you serious? I reckon we're all goods in the middle, eh? That's gonna go straight on. Let's do it. Oh. Smoke in the eyes. Gonna leave that for a couple of hours, guys, and hopefully I didn't put too much wood chip in there because it is smoking hard, man. Like, it is proper smoking in there. But yeah, see how we go, eh? The mullet has been in there for about verging on 2 hours now. I've checked it heaps, but the mosquitoes are out of control, so I've been hesitant to keep coming out here. That's looking good, man. Let's have a taste. Oh, it's cooked. Can I see that in the light? That is perfect. I don't want to cook it anymore though. It's starting to, verging on starting to dry out. That was still a little bit moist. So what I'll do is might be alright for a little bit longer. That's really good. It's pretty good, eh?
It's done.
It's done, yeah.
Takes a while for when the moisture comes in, then you get the salty flavours coming through.
Yeah.
It was a bit chalky to start with.
Yeah, okay. Cool, man. Looks good. Got that nice browning on the outside with that brown sugar. I don't think it's dried out though, so. We just need to do the chips and the veggies, a few Brussels sprouts, and we're good to go. There we go, guys. Smoked mullet, I reckon round 2 is definitely better than the first time I did it, so gonna leave the video there. We're gonna dig into this fish. Probably gonna have, oh, we'll probably eat it all, to be honest, but definitely keen to give it a go cold as well on some crackers or something like that, so yeah. How good. Catch you in the next one, guys. Aussie Open, Smoked mullet. How good. Bit of lemon. Bit of mayo. Oi, language. That's delicious. Mullet is good eating, right there. That's so good. Catch you in the next one. Oh.